beginning, but first let's do introductions. I'm getting ahead of myself. In the top left, the second best European player everyone expects him to make it to the grand final from Ukraine is Foggy.
And on the upper right-hand side, in the red this time, the new kid on the block, 22-year-old, the hottest prospect in European WarCraft, our 15th sway from Russia, is JohnnyCage.
And he made me nervous right away, as if I was a little schoolgirl when I saw this build, because it was once again a Tavern Hero build with a late altar, what he showed already in the group stage against DICE, where it was a panda and tanks, and a very fun game for everyone other than DICE, where he was able to win it. And he picks it again. Panda, off we go, and Foggy with one of his strongest strategies, with the ward.
Yeah, and he's even going for that Engine of War here on the left-hand side. Usually Night Elves refrain from doing so, because it can be easily stolen and attacked and pulled, etc. But Foggy's still going for it, even though it's on the left-hand side. Interesting. I think the pro part here is that Shadow Strike against the Panda doesn't really work as well as it would work against an Archmage. And the Shadow Priest, of course, can't dispel Water Elementals because there are simply no Water Elementals.
That Ring of Regen for the Panda is amazing.
Yeah.
Especially in case of a Warden chasing him, but also just in general, he's always going to take a bit of chip damage. He's also going to take damage creeping because he doesn't have elementals, so this is perhaps even the best early game item. Wonderful find here for him. Goes with the passive as well. And the thing is, Foggy's on notice right away. He certainly saw that game against DICE, and he knew this was a possibility. The Warden, not known to be the greatest hero against tanks, but can apply a lot of pressure on the other side to counter.
Very, very true. And Foggy is one of the greatest players in the entire scene to adapt to an opponent's game plan. He's also not stubbornly fixated on his one thing that he has set in his mind probably since yesterday evening. No. He can adapt as he did against Spiral, where the adaptation brought him the victory in that series.
Foggy sells the TP, goes for the mobility, boots and staff. Does not sell the crystal ball, interestingly. Wants to know exactly what the timing is looking like. Tries to steal that asset, but misses it. And that's Panda level 3. That was a big one.
Yeah. These moments in the early game in Warcraft 3 are so clutch and can determine the entire game. That would have been a level 3 Warden most likely, and would have prevented a level 3 Panda most likely. But here's the other way around, and that's a big shift in power.
I'm saying hello again, found knives, kills. Only one peasant so far, but the next fan could be really painful.
Yeah.
4 peasants hurt already. He may want to pull some of them back. Warden getting surrounded, but of course Shadow Meld is there. Rest of the army is coming across. Panda on the other side trying to steal the item, but that one has been destroyed already. Oh, and this gang here of units coming in for Foggy could change a lot.
And that is a lot of damage for this building coming up, and that's a lot of damage for the workers as well. Warden with the fan gets a kill. Actually, super smart by Johnny to position all the footmen around the Warden so they soak up the damage. It's not ending up on the workers, but the mercs are there to do that job. And now focus fire on the scout tower. There's vision. Foggy moving across the forest and kills off that tower. And no way, he's just walking out of that situation, not even staffing. Here we go. The Panda's waiting for her though. Quick moon juice usage. Man, this game is 100 miles per hour already from the get-go.
Yeah, Foggy with the crazy fast tech. He's already done with the tier 2. Lores are going to be coming up in a moment, but he wasn't able to counter expand yet. But the expansion for the human, of course, also very delayed, and so is the tier 2. And if the plan is to go to tanks, that's going to take some time.
Yep. This is amazing unit position for Foggy. 2 mercs and an archer say hello to every single reinforcement that is coming from JohnnyCage's main. Incredible. Panda's trying to do some damage to annoy the main, but nope.
Oh my god, so much damage being dealt here. Militia called from the main again. That Berserker going down would be a lot of experience, and the Panda gets it. with that level 3.5 now. Warden has more though. She got more kills. She's running out of mana now, slowly but surely. Moonjuice is still looking good right now, but it's going to be dry here pretty soon. The Panda still on an expedition across the map. Not interested in defending. He's looking to be the aggressive factor, but that came at a price. This economy has been slowed down so much for Johnny.
Yeah, and I wonder how this game looks if there's a staff on the Panda, not on the Warden. Once again, big fan. I would be a big fan of seeing 2 staffs in the shop just as there is 2 boots. That would make the game a lot different, that's for sure. We see double engine of lore on Foggy's side. Panda still roaming around, but see this? Maybe now.
This was brilliant
it's too
positioning. Yeah, during nighttime he didn't have the vision. Really smart. With Breath of Fire there was a threat to cancel those earlier, but now with both at 600 HP, they are going to be coming up, and now Johnny sees it. He brings in some units, but he doesn't have that much firepower outside of the Panda.
Firepower literally with Breath of Fire. He's trying. There's another breath coming. Calculating in his head. He's okay. These footmen are enough to kill at least 1.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Is there another breath coming up? Foggy trying to staff. There's no wisps around here, so even if it finishes, must not mean that it stays intact.
The thing is, if the wisps come in, they're just gonna get breathed, so he can't even use them for the repair.
Wow.
So it's a double Ancient of Lore cancel. Wow, that's huge. Johnny is now fighting his way back into the game.
Yeah, but there's also Warden, there's also Mana, there's a Fan of Knives coming, and he doesn't even need it, and boom, it's another double kill. Had that footman in position to block, but just a tiny bit too late. This Panda, though, I've never seen a human hero usage like this. Yep, and that was a lot of lumber, and now he's short on lumber, gets a crit on the Wisp, and there's no Shredder on this map, we all know that.
Warden chasing for more kills. The level 2 Fan of Knives, or Blink rather, very cheap. Very nice. The thing is, Moonjuice is going to be super dry now. Foggy oftentimes ends up being super low on Moonjuice, but this is going to be a long, dry phase for him. In the south, it looks like it's the Tree of Life, but no, it's an Ancient of Lore coming at proxy there. In the Panda and 1 footy. How much chaos is this Panda causing? This is ridiculous.
The block by JohnnyCage with just 1 peasant plugging this little hole, but the Warden's still diving. Can he block again? Are you kidding me? JohnnyCage is playing this so well, it's ridiculous. Surround
My God, the
on this
surround.
Warden. There's the staff now, but this Warden is stopped in her tracks. He kills another Ancient of Lore after 1 Dryad finally came out. This is God tier human play in a way like I've never seen it from anyone in the world.
And look at the Warden's mana. Very low. Alright, Foggy realizes mana is going to be a big issue here. Going for the Moonstone and Clarity right away. Which means the Warden again is going to have good mana, but this is going to be a long daytime with not much Moonjuice at all. And also, still no counter expansion. What's Johnny's tech saying? Tier 3 has started. We have some towers in each base. We have a blacksmith already. And yeah, this is looking a lot like tanks again.
Oh, absolutely. He has the blacksmith, but no rifles. Just waiting for the workshops and just question ourselves, how many workshops will we see? Dual, triple, quad? Big fan of quad. There's also lumber mill plus lumber harvesting upgrades. He has to balance out these resources a little bit. Has a lot of gold, not much lumber at the moment. But these lore cancels, man. How many were that? Like 5?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Panda rebought the TP, also going for a Telestaff is all going to be about the mobility here. Also with Invis scouting around. But this is a huge moment for Foggy. He's going to get level 5 right now. And on Echo Isles, once the Warden's level 5, the peasants are going to be in trouble. Yep. There's no Zeppelin here to save the peasants, so this Warden is going to be causing chaos in the economy very, very soon.
Triple workshop up. The second lore still isn't. Unbelievable. There's 1 proxy lore. I wonder if Johnny knows about this. It's like he saw 1 Dryad, right? That came out right in front of his eyes. Sees the second one here as well. So we must assume this. But now, this is a festival for the Night Elves. Warden level 5.
That's wait, so many kills.
Close to
level
6.
5 and 7 already. Trying to get that level 6, obviously. The Panda always putting pressure on the Wisp. He's been killing a few here and there. That means that the repair on the buildings is going to be very hard to come by. Still, of course, no counter expansion for Foggy. This is a very weird game. Obviously, tanks are going to be coming in soon. How is Foggy going to deal with those is the question.
The Tree of Eternity is already at 50% because the Panda is just breath of firing that thing all the time. Warden gets a big consumable, greater mana, and a pendant of energy. The value, Remo.
That's huge. That big mana potion that's going to buy him so much breathing room here now. Moonstone again, heal potions. Healing still the issue here for the Warden. Trying to threaten the Panda a bit. Staff out. See you later, nerd. Time for some clarities on the other side. Would love to see a mana potion here as well right away. And
Tanks
we haven't really seen a fight yet this game. It's all been about building kills.
I don't think we will see a fight. Like, how are you supposed to fight with tanks? It's just gonna be tanks. There's nothing else. He's not building a single knight, any casters, a gyro, nothing. It's just gonna be tanks, base raise, and there's only one base for Foggy. He doesn't even have bare master training. It's finishing only now.
He might get level 6 here though. Anti-magic, in we go. 1 kill. Good reaction by Johnny, pulling them back right away, but some peasants here will die. There's no preventing this one.
Would love to see 1 or 2 gyros. They don't cost too much supply. Just to see an Invis Warden coming in and be able to react faster.
Oh, the Shadow Priest, if he had been the main right away for the Dispel, that would have been huge. Warden gets level 6. Is she going to cast the Avatar here or not? Nighttime? Immediately going into the Shadow Meld.
There is a potion. Does he want to commit to this? No gyro coming. And I guess it is time. Yep, drops the pendant, takes the potion. Avatar of Vengeance for the first time at DreamHack Fall.
It seems like this one is going to kill the entire main base economy. Question is, tanks across the map, how much are they going to do? It's finally natural nighttime again, but we don't have Wellspring because there's simply no lumber on this Night Elf side.
Yeah. 56 only. He can't even repair too much. 3 tanks arriving at the same time. He kills the shop, so no mountain giants. No... Okay, he does have an orb, but no anti-magic anymore, which is kind of big against arcanes. No potions, and I thought maybe this 1-0 tank attack is not enough, but he is killing a lot in Foggy's base.
And then the south probably looking for new Moonwells. All the region here is being killed. All the Moonwells are going down. Johnny, yeah, he lost the economy in the main, but he still has the expansion to mine from.
Unbelievable. Yeah, Foggy, of course, has not. Stuck on one base. No Nature's Blessing. He had a lot of time seeing these tanks coming. He knew it, but he was just stuck. He didn't have the resources. No Mass Ancient of War. No Ancient of Wind. No Nature's Blessing. He couldn't go for anything because, yeah, there was just no resources.
Daphne from the Panda, that was hugely important for the Wisps to run away there. Oh my god, he might have killed the tree! He's got an Invo Potion, he can use it right now! Has to uproot. Has to uproot, I think.
This is
maybe.
Bad. Death. And
oh my god.
Even going for the Wisps here. The patience by JohnnyCage. Yes, there's a couple of tanks. He might be able to clean this up. Panda close to 5. What a place. Foggy has no income and no lumber to set up a new tree.
And the Avatar in the main is about to expire. It takes a bit longer. It lasts forever. But it is going to expire at some point. Panda TP's back to the expansion. More tanks are coming. We still have tons of tanks in production. And now 2 minutes until Foggy is revealed. Wait, how many Wisps does he have? Let's see, 1 in the north. Only 1?
Yes, 2.
Yeah, 1 in the middle. So he has 2 Wisps. It's going to take him forever to get enough lumber for a Tree of Life again.
Yeah. Oh my god, you can't, of course, sell anything for lumber. Tanks take forever because there's... Is there only 2 bears? How are you supposed to clean this up? There's no Panda against these siege engines. There's only 2 bears. Warden doesn't do it alone. Foggy is hiding an engine of war already. Dryads used as bouncers. But one building after the next is just gonna get wrecked.
Well, Militia trying to fight the Avatar, but the Warden staffs in. Oh, that's a painful one.
Yo.
And he can resummon the Avatar in a moment, but he's running out of buildings quick.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, to be honest, doesn't matter. He finds a Moonwell here. Oh, did he see it? Tank probably. There's also a Wisp. We
Look
just
at the
got
riots. Blocking the way, but the panda's critting them.
Yep. Can't breath them, but still can't crit them. Tanks are just waiting. Let me in.
Put me in, coach. Put me in.
One south. But no mana anymore. Engine of Lore
Right, the
down.
castle might be going down, but it might not matter too much. It's daytime again in a moment, boys.
Foggy's
This warden
revealed.
is out of mana, and she has no way of getting mana back. With the exception of the one Moonwell.
A new shift here in the north where the Engine of War is being defended by a new bouncer who's a little more powerful. With the bear. Or the Engine of Lore has been found in the south. And this Moonwell is going down too. Crazy.
If the castle falls, that means no more tanks.
Yep.
But, I mean, Foggy's got 3 buildings. It's looking rough.
Scratch that.
Panda's level 5.
That's 2 buildings. And here's the tank. Can enter. The bear's gone. Ah, this one. He's almost safe there.
Panda has to
Here
run.
we go. JohnnyCage.
Oh, and Foggy didn't kill the castle yet. He could have killed it by now if he had targeted.
There's more tanks coming. 2 tanks taking care of this Engine of War. Foggy has still only fan of knives and blink. So the panda should be safe as well. 500 gold. The Engine of Lore is still up. And is that the last building? Bottom left?
It is. One single building left. The panda staffs in, trying to get rid of it finally. Forces the counter staff on the other side. Berserker goes down. Panda level 5.5, still blocking the way. Foggy's trying everything.
Trying to breath through the forest. Okay. Mortar would kind of be nice, I guess, to get rid of that of the trees. And yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Are under attack.
No way, dude.
And I should be surviving this with the boots. Oh, the Dryad for the slow. Could that do something? But the tanks are rolling in. The bear is still blocking the way. The castle getting repaired on 150 HP.
Whew. That
Panda might be dead. Maybe.
Ring of Regen is helping so
Dude,
much.
this Ring of Regen has been crazy.
Mortars are coming. These 3 guys might decide it.
Oh my god, the Avatar on the last couple of seconds takes out the castle. No more potions for this panda.
Is the mortar gonna shoot the lore, or is he gonna open the gates? I think he's gonna open the gates.
Yeah, he's waiting, man. They are flooding in. Is there any way out for Foggy? He has gold. He has lumber to build something somewhere. He has 2 wisps remaining.
This is the best Ring of Regen I have ever seen.
Yep.
And we're opening the gates, boys. This is
What
like King Theoden waiting for the Uruks to breach through the final gate.
Dude, I knew
I'm
that
not sure if this time, though, he's gonna have a
the water's surrounded.
successful emergence.
Oh man, staffed into the surround. But yeah, good. The bear is ready.
Oh, the bear's ready. Blocks him again.
No way!
Where's the panda? I think he can just kill the bear at this point, though. Just
Yeah. And then it's level
Level 5
6, is
bear.
he not? Oh, he has no. Wait, does he still have the tier 3 extra experience?
oh, that's something that nobody knows. No idea. Warden's level 8. That level doesn't really matter. Sells the boots for. Oh my god, he's making a neutral of life in the north. The last wisp.
Ooh. Okay, Dryad first, I guess. Okay, oh no, it's not level 6, it was a little.
Oh my god, the Dryad.
17
17 HP.
Tank block. Doesn't work, can't
The
reach.
tank block.
He can still not go past this. Okay.
Donnie's lumber is also super low. He can't really go tier 2 too easily. Should maybe remake some peasants. Oh, but the tank finds the tree.
Okay. Ooh, that was
Gotta be
so
cancelled.
big. Oh, Warden super hurt, had to blink out. Level 8 Warden, man. Dust used now, staff out. Yeah, good luck fighting these tanks. Oh no, just to read you for free healing.
You know, normally Foggy is the king of base races. But
no,
this one's
not
looking
even
a bit
here.
tough.
Like, not even here. Oh, I think there was a game on a Chinese offline event when Moon did pretty much exactly this to Todd. I wonder if he remembers that as well as I did. No mortars coming. 3 of them.
Oh, the mud golem. That's very smart here. Johnny adding that one in.
The player's forces are under attack.
Oh, Dryad!
Oh my god, that Ryan.
Foggy is at
More teams!
13.
Mortar combat!
Oh, Dryad down. Man, if
Alright.
Mortar Combat saves JohnnyCage here or wins JohnnyCage the game, how fitting is that?
Level 1 Shadow Strike. Yes, sir.
Oh.
Opens up the trees! Oh my god!
What?
Is there
No!
an opening? Is there an opening? The bear!
He's so
Still blocking.
sick, dude!
Oh my god! New mortar comes in!
One more shot! He got it! He
Oh,
got
he got
finally
in.
access to that lore! Oh, that must be it! No, there's another building in the north!
Tree of Life coming up again. The last building. But the bear might also be going down to the panda, which is going to get him pretty close to 6. Oh yeah, he's blocked in there. Bear's going to go down.
And again,
Oh, never mind. He gets out.
and again, I
The
gotta
panda got
say,
boots. The tank block!
here's the tank moving north. Last building for Foggy. And these kind of games, everybody, as the bear falls. Only on the beautiful map Echo Isles.
Don't start, Neil. Don't start.
Last moments
All
of
right.
this game. Foggy has another
Yeah.
wisp in the middle, but he has no gold anymore to build anything.
Yeah, he needs to sell the pendant. If he's quick, he can do it. Build a shop or something.
You sure? No! JohnnyCage 1-0!
What a strategy. I cannot believe he went for this again after, for sure, Foggy knew this was a possibility. And honestly, if you open with anything else but Panda first or Demon Hunter first yourself, it feels like it's really, really hard to make it work, right? Because now Foggy went for Warden, but then this Panda is never getting mana burnt. And then even if you get a Demon second, then you still don't have Breath of Fire against the tanks. So it feels like against Panda and tanks, the 2 heroes that you'd want is a Panda and a Demon Hunter, but probably not a Warden. Even though the Warden put in some real work this game, it just wasn't enough.
If you start a series with a map like this, like how are they supposed to follow this up? Madness, everybody! Madness at the DreamHack semis. We're going through a little break. This one was exhausting, and then we're back with map number 2 between Foggy and Johnny. Here we go, everybody. Map number 2 is upon us. What a game by JohnnyCage, man. He plays this game like he's been playing for 15 years and never did anything else in his life. The decision making is so crisp, not only today, but also probably every other match that we've seen from him.
Yeah, I think even if his road ends here, to me is already the star of this fall season. I think he is for many out there as well, for many fans. Unbelievable what he's showing. Really, really impressive. And with that first map win, a grand final doesn't seem so impossible anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we only had 3-0s, right? So JohnnyCage is taking the next 2 and then we're done here for Europe.
That would be crazy. Honestly, like, I've put some stuff on the line. You know what? Remo, if JohnnyCage wins 3-0, I know you're convinced he can do it. You need to do something crazy, man. I want your hair to be pink or something. Come on, make us a promise.
Remo had this tweet what's going on against people with blue hair. How about that?
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
All right, blue hair. If this is a 3-0, blue hair. All right.
Let's go!
Let's effing go, everybody. Okay, we got Remo's hair on the line, and of course we got a grand final on the line as well. Foggy has, for the first time in this tournament, to catch up with his opponent. He had a clean sheet before, but that was the first map loss to tanks of all things in this beautiful, beautiful strategy game. JohnnyCage with the lead. Let's go Last Refuge. Here we go, everybody. Map 2, we got JohnnyCage in the bottom left-hand side in yellow, and Foggy spawning in the red upper right with a tavern build.
Yeah, on this map, Night Elves have been doing pretty good with the Beastmaster in particular, and JohnnyCage should know about this heading into this game. My big question here for him is going to be like, what do you want to do? Do you want to play some sort of weird one base with a push maybe? Or does he want to rely on expansion with mercenaries? He has so many pocket strategies and he has such a good understanding of the game. Of course, like he's also played a lot of Elf in the past. So that definitely gives him a great insight into how to play against Elves in particular. But for now, it's just a regular creep at the bottom without doing the mercenary camp first. Maybe saving that for second. He wanted to see what hero it was first. And it is the Beastmaster.
It is the Beastmaster that was to be expected, moving north before to go for the mercenary camp and then maybe his own expo. Todd, weren't you the guy who said never change the running system? So JohnnyCage is going tanks again?
Well, you know, I don't know, like it depends on maps and stuff as well. I don't think that going tanks every game would necessarily be the best here. I think Foggy would take great map control with the Beastmaster. Go Panda second and then do pretty well with it. Even though usually when you go Beastmaster, sometimes we've seen Naga second being used. What the hell did this Murloc just do?
What?
He went around the Ancient of War, like some weird pathing, and he aggroed that guy just Leroy Jenkins. Everything. Did you see that? So Murloc randomly went around the Ancient of War. And now all the creeps are attacking. Oh my god, an archer dies from the Archmage.
This is a disaster. All the creeps in the world are attacking this engine of war. JohnnyCage is here with an Archmage and 3 footmen.
And this is perfect. He's doing a one base. I alluded to it because I know that against standard builds like this, he loves to do like weird stuff. So one base rifle push potentially coming up down the line. Ancient of War being targeted. Foggy didn't want the Ancient of War to attack and to aggro the creep, so he queued an archer. But this archer is about to finish. Oh my god, the Ancient of War raised his hand, but didn't quite slap the creep on time. Foggy with the retarget on the water elemental is hoping that these creeps finally get the hell out of there.
No, they attack again. The Archmage is back. You can't really lose this engine of war if there's no access to the mercenary camp. Repair comes in. What is the Rock Golem doing now? It's madness.
He's gonna get the Ancient of War.
Yep.
This is insane. And Foggy completely ignoring this. Now he went to the other side. He's not quite level 2 yet himself. He knows that there is no expo from JohnnyCage. So he has to focus on playing one base against one base, which Maybe pushes him more towards the Naga second, like can give good control, you know, like with the frozen arrow, like to target down some of those units. And I guess the plan is just going to be to go into bears on one base.
Wow, okay. Pretty good that he has 4 archers here. Of course, he would have loved that early level 2 with that big item with the mercenary camp access. It's not happening, but at least he finds level 2.7. JohnnyCage is once again so aggressive. And snare on the archer. Don't tell me it's the second archer dying here. He does not have dust.
Don't need dust, he's got illusion. Look at this.
I need a personal assistant that pinches me every now and then when we're watching JohnnyCage games.
He's been doing wild stuff for sure. Now it's too out of the ordinary, but this Murloc just going crazy and pulling the whole camp. That definitely caught me off guard here at the mercenary camp.
Yeah, that caught Foggy off guard, man.
I don't know, like, how did this happen? Like, I missed it. You know what?
Under siege.
I'm gonna go check out the VOD. I don't know what exactly happened there.
Maybe Johnny pulled it or something. We have to look at the replay at some point. Johnny is playing a nice 2-screen game. Oh, his Archmage is a little bit in trouble as he went a little harassing, space creating. But footmen are creeping. Rifle are creeping. And now what do you attack with the Naga? Nice find on that rifle in the middle.
Okay, I think it was Foggy actually that walked too close to the Murloc camp. And that made one of them kind of derp. But that guy walked all the way up into the mercenary camp and was the one that aggroed everything. Now we got to fight in the center. And Naga, like I said, in one base against one base makes a lot of sense. You probably won't have time to level a Panda second. Is there a deny? No, there isn't, which gives level 3 to the Beastmaster here. So Foggy looking pretty good. Perhaps Remo's hair can be saved.
Hopefully not. Would love to see.
It's more like ruined actually. It would be saved if he got turned blue because that's an amazing color.
Absolutely is. You had your experience with that as well, didn't you?
Yeah, but it was really dark blue. I think for Remo we'd pick a neon blue probably. You know, rave blue.
Oh yeah, I would love that. I would absolutely love that. I don't know, I heard some voice from the back, but I didn't really understand. Bloodmage second, being under pressure, and Foggy, oh, the rabbit block. Foggy wants to show this kid how to block, as he was on the receiving end before, thanks to that illusion. Now the Bears and Beastmaster are doing a tremendous job on that as well.
Yeah, AP back at home, by the way. Like, this is perfect. This is exactly what you need against this. Usually you'd like to have the Enchant of War right in front. But now remember, he lost that at the mercenary camp. Is Foggy overextending here? By being so far out on the map. I guess there is no MK, so probably not.
Last hit important. Gets it. JohnnyCage, relatively easy. Scroll of the Beast. Foggy's really good with Wisps, so I'm not too sure how much impact that item will have.
Yeah, I mean, if you're JohnnyCage and you go for the attack, you want to wait until the Wisp come in and detonate, and then to use the Scroll of the Beast. And if there's no Wisp after that, well, nighty night, because everything's gonna die very quickly against a lot of rifles. But he's doing the push. Like, there's many versions, right? So you can choose any amount of creeping that you want and then go into the attack after that. But it looks like JohnnyCage wants to push pretty quick here against the AP already in position. And the bear production starting very soon. He probably should pull the lab and try and creep that, I think, instead.
Whew. Okay, he goes for the push instead. He's wild, he's aggressive, and he wants to be right in your face. JohnnyCage in a nutshell. Shop is coming up, with that the stabs, soon an orb as well.
Yeah, Wisp coming in for the repair here. Foggy really needs to keep this AP alive. Does a lot of damage. 2 Raging Bears at the front.
Big dispels against the water elementals. They're gone. Can of course be fed by this Blood Mage, and I like the tower position. Not too aggressive, builds a little sanctuary to fall back to, and it's not a shop. Well, it is a shop, but it's a workshop.
How much dispel is there? Actually, not much mana. I feel like the Blood Mage maybe should give a bunch of mana to the priest here. So dispel's gonna be ready for the Scroll of the Beast, for the Raging Bear as well. Lots of Abolish being used early. I'm a little bit surprised that Foggy's not saving this for when the fight actually happens, but he might have to fight before the Arcane Tower is up. That's something really big that can end up helping JohnnyCage a lot here.
Master training. Is it ready? No, not even started yet. Only now. It's a little bit more time. Rifles are getting killed. Water elementals as well. But the workshop is up. Mortars are coming. One tower is now available. Wisp is coming in for a potential big detonate. Oh, that was value.
Yeah, those bears. As long as you can keep them alive with staff here, if you can build up to 4 or 5 bears here as Foggy, you can really break out of that position, kill the towers, and then be in a fantastic spot. Proxying mortars is interesting here in that they shouldn't be too great for the actual fight unless you can make sure they hit the Dryads, which is going to be more on Foggy to try and dodge these shots. But I guess he wanted to see JSAP. He didn't see himself being able to kill the AP without that. JohnnyCage could build a wall here, by the way. A little bit more to the left.
Yeah, he could make this really narrow. I think that is what he's trying to attempt here. The mortar is about to take out the AP. Needs a little more. Archmage in trouble. Is that projectile enough? Not really. One more shot and I think the AP is gone. Archmage, once more. He needs a second mortar, I feel, but he has to uproot. Dryad falling, bear behind enemy lines.
Foggy with some great repositioning here. Traps a rifle, gets rid of it. That Arcantar has been taking so much mana away from the Night Elf player here. Saves a bear with 5 hit points. Rejuve lands. A new bear comes out. That's double rejuve on 2 of those injured guys before he moves back in for the fight.
Close to level 2. Here it is on the Blood Mage. Foggy mass wisp, but hits mostly himself and a priest. But there's more dispel. There's more healing. And there's also more siege.
This mortar is sick because it puts so much pressure on Foggy to actually attack into this all the time. JohnnyCage definitely needs 1 or 2 sorceress, I feel like, but honestly he's doing pretty good given what he's got. Just because, look at, he keeps kiting every time that Foggy is coming in.
Yeah.
JohnnyCage immediately starts kiting. He makes this Arcane Tower come into play, uses an illusion for the front now. And those Night Elf heroes, they're out of mana all the time.
Next farm to make this more narrow, to build a wall. Foggy wasting some damage on an illusion. The detonates are on point though. The water elementals almost no value. Would kind of love to see Blizzard by now.
But the mortar is stuck.
Ooh, there's no way out for this. You're right. The big
Some
relief.
6-8 on the bears. Look at this on the high grounds, on the right above this.
Oh, wow. Rifles are falling. Is that the turnaround? Foggy. Yeah, he taps out and Foggy got it back, man. This was pretty close though. After a disastrous early game. And Remo save.
Dude, that was a sick hold. Are you kidding me? He even sold the TP, bought a mana potion on the Beastmaster there in the end to have the next Bash Bear to come in, and then finally bought enough time for the bear, saved them all extremely well, kept healing them up. That was scary. That more team coming out, making things very difficult there. And of course, the Murloc Huntsman walking around the Tree of Life, pulling the aggro from that camp. That reminded me of like Down Where, the best of bugs and imbalances, where you could pull like the dragon from the middle of Plunder Isle. What the hell was this? And Foggy had to think quick on his feet and was able to bring that back. But that was a close one, man. This is the closest game so far in our playoffs.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the curse has been lifted. My reverse psychology was working. I take all the credit in the world for this 1-1 score right here.
Yeah, whatever we can get, man. Whoever's responsible, thank goodness. And now we're hoping for a full best of 5 series. And Johnny learns that Foggy is very resilient to this kind of push, to this, I guess not really a cheese, but it's certainly an all-in. Doesn't work out there on Last Refuge. Second map is going to be Tidehunters, where usually this matchup ends up 2-base versus 2-base.
Oh man. Both players win their respective maps. So far, JohnnyCage with Echo Isles, Foggy with Last Refuge. Even though it was a lot closer than he would have thought. Foggy, when I look at this player cam, he has a cheeky smile on his face. Like, oh yeah, that was a little close, but hey, I'm pretty damn good at these situations. And can salvage this.
Like, this is a great game to win for sure, right? It kind of brings back the momentum. Like, you can move completely past game number 1 after this. And also, like, you know the importance of that map. If he had been down 0-2 now, he'd be in big trouble. He would have to win 3 in a row against the very tough opponent that is JohnnyCage. So That was a super solid hold, one of the better ones that I've seen, especially given the start. Like usually you lose your Ancient of War, it's absolutely disastrous, but now he already had a bunch of archers out, he didn't panic, he didn't remake that, he didn't make really any mistakes here during this hold. That was great play by Foggy.
Okay then. I'm ready for game 3, and finally in the playoffs we can say that we are down to a best of 3. Series is tied after the first pick matches. We move now on to Tide Hunters. Afterwards it's Amazonia, and the decider might be Autumn Leaves. But first things first, who's gonna take the lead? Who's gonna take match points in the DreamHack Europe semi-final? Both on the way to face Happy. For Foggy, it would be the 3rd time in a row in the DreamHack seasons. For JohnnyCage, nothing less than the biggest success of his career. And there we are. We have arrived on beautiful, beautiful Tidehunters. JohnnyCage in the upper left-hand side, once again in the yellow, and Foggy in round 3 wearing the red trunks, spawning in the bottom right.
Yeah, Foggy, we expect him to play a lot more normal here, or standard rather, with the keeper. Is JohnnyCage finally gonna play a standard game? Because, you know, one base on the Last Refuge is not necessarily standard. Like usually most human players, they would try to get mercenaries, they would try to expand themselves and play like a longer game. With a lot of tier 2 units, usually, but he tried this push, which honestly at some point was starting to look a little scary. When he had the tower, he had the mortar in the back shooting. I do think he could have maybe built a whole wall in front of him with multiple lumber mills. Didn't quite go for that, and yeah, Foggy. That was great by him. Honestly, I was impressed by that hold.
Yeah, I thought he would crumble, but these Wisp detonates, absolute MVPs. How often did he get a double detonate? Maybe also a little mistake by JohnnyCage to not split them appropriately against the Wisp coming in. But yeah, those Wisps did terrible, terrible damage. Like at the end of the campaign, JohnnyCage has 2 idle peasants.
He didn't start his hero. It looks like he disconnected maybe.
Yeah, this doesn't look good. This looks like a rematch here. Yep, there we go. Whew, alright. Well, time to calm our nerves a little bit.
A bit unfortunate, but honestly lucky that it happens at the beginning. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that's gonna be a one-off.
Yeah, we'll check if everything with his connection is alright, give him all the time in the world to reconnect, and send you guys into a little break until then. Cast your votes. Who do you think and hope will survive and go into the grand final? Foggy or JohnnyCage? Who you're all rooting for? Well, well, well. A human versus night elf matchup and a disconnect. That sounds familiar to me when I'm casting with Todd.
Wait, what?
Moon,
I don't know what he's talking about either. What?
Moon, Thorzane, Anaheim, you fools.
Oh,
Ah, yeah,
What's
that
Moon
was a very
Thorzane? That never
joyful
happened.
memory.
Fog.
You know me, Remo. I have great memory. I have elephant-esque memory.
I also have a very specific image of that day in my head. I was behind the scenes and saw you guys when you were not on camera. That was indeed quite remarkable. Yeah, unfortunately, Johnny's internet cut out. I'm not sure if we're in contact with him right now. Pretty poor timing, but hopefully it's going to be, restored in a bit. ISPs, sometimes they go down, sometimes they mess up, but, well, hopefully he's going to be back in a moment.
In the meantime, you take out your calendar and a big red pen, and you mark these dates. We have September 18 and September 19, that is 6 weeks from now, basically. The qualifiers for the winter season are upon us. Asia, Europe, and Americas all at the same day. First, you have to go through the open qualifier, then you're in the closed qualifier with the guys who were eliminated in the group stage here in fall. And if you make a top 8 there, you're going to meet the best of Europe, just like, for example, a Kevin Schwem did. And in the qualifier to this fall season, we had some guys who said, well, it's always good to boost the numbers for these qualifiers for ESL and DreamHack, right? So I'll do these back to WarCraft guys and the scene a little favor. I sign up, and all of a sudden, they're in the decider round, the closed qualifier. Shout out to Darkness and a lot of people in the German Rocket Beans community who did exactly that. I would hope for the gym community maybe to step it up a little, for the Reddit community out there, for everybody in Twitch chat to show his skills. I mean, they're loud-mouthing all the time. They know everything better all the time. They can show it right here.
I've seen a bunch of gym members play some tournaments already. I think Hippo plays everything. Grinchy, he was in some of the ESL Open Cups as well. So it's really cool to see all those guys come out and try and be a part of the, I guess, competitive scene here.
We just had it in the lobby, by the way. JohnnyCage is back. We are restarting this match. And he was asked, do you play on like a Wi-Fi connection with your laptop? He's like, yep. What is it with Europe and the laptop gaming? First Krav, now JohnnyCage. Unbelievable. These guys are just truly unbelievable. So were the first games of this semi-final. It's still the same situation. We're down to a best of 3. Whoever wins this claims match points in this one. And oh boy, I can't wait for this game to unfold. It's gonna be a banger, I'm pretty sure. We got Foggy versus JohnnyCage. We try this again. Tight Hunters. You got all your fingers crossed, Todd? You got knocking on all the wood you got?
Yes.
Good. Good boy.
It's funny, like you mentioned, playing on Wi-Fi and stuff and playing on a laptop. The difference between Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2, in StarCraft 2, everybody has like fancy pants, $200 or $300 keyboard with like mechanical blue switch, caramel macchiato. Like, this, honestly, like sometimes I hear them talking about it. I'm like, what is even like this? I don't even know what's like different refresh rate and stuff for the mouse, like DPI, everything. And then Warcraft 3, happy with the supermarket keyboard for 10 years, becoming one of the best players. JohnnyCage qualifying multiple times now for DreamHack, playing on a laptop on literally like the weirdest, small, most improvised chair that I've ever seen. It doesn't seem like these guys get affected by conditions too much. Krav was also really good for a long time playing on the laptop.
Yeah, it might be time with the prize money here to get a proper setup for JohnnyCage. It accelerated the conditions for Krav as well, right? Semi-final pretty much right after qualifying for the regional finals. Not too bad at all. But yeah, so far, he's used to that setting, and he's doing amazing with that setting. Foggy, though, with a little bit of momentum under his wings, going for the keeper again. So it's the third hero in 3 different maps.
Town is under siege.
Yeah, and that's just super standard here on this map, of course. He played the map to their strengths. Here, Foggy, in terms of build orders, like Warden is one of the best by far on Echo Isle, which funny enough, I don't think it matchups that well against Panda. So that little discovery of JohnnyCage using the Panda might actually turn a little bit the matchup on its head on Echo Isle. I'm sure more people are going to be attempting this Panda first. It's probably going to fall flat on its face most of the time, but if it starts working, it could make for interesting development. And of course, Last Refuge, Beastmaster, best, but on almost every other map, I want to say the standard is going to be Keeper. So now we're entering a lot more standard territory against which JohnnyCage is going to fast expand. And look at these beautiful items here.
It is a Gloves of Haste and it's a Claws of Attack that is quite some DPS, which always helps a lot to get that extra damage for Deny or to kill a Treant for a little bit of extra experience. It's not too bad at all. He jumps over to the Murloc, pulls them actually. Pretty well done. Should Deny now though. Ooh, that was easy XP for Foggy.
Yeah, the race to level 3 here is very important. Foggy, you see, still has enough mana for the next set of Treants here already. And the question is, where is he going to make the expo? Because there has to be an expo here somewhere. Might try and make it on location, and that's why he's kind of chasing this footman up there with the archers.
New militia coming, still mana available. Footman deal with the Treants. He was also power building this tower, which is up now and upgrading, and now takes care of the town hall. But that needed more lumber workers. Only 3 in the main right now, so that presence of the keeper already delayed the tech by a lot.
Yeah, it's very important to be able to do that here. Like if you let the human player expo freely and entirely on his own, and then tech quickly after that, you're looking at a much more challenging game for yourself. Town Portal sold again here, yeah, by Foggy, so he gets the staff boots. That expansion on location, even if there is an attack there, you could actually just staff there and defend with the entangle, but getting that cancelled will still be pretty bad. So he's gonna move there with everything that he's got in anticipation for this move out here from JohnnyCage.
Yeah, again, having the staff, especially in the inventory of a Foggy, is... I mean, it doesn't do damage or doesn't amplify damage, but it's such a fierce weapon. It is jumping across the map is so good. So is Entangle. Gets the first kill up, and Johnny wanted to get rid of that all the Murlocs on the map, but so far backfires a little bit.
And to catch one more footy here. Okay, he's gonna staff to the expo. He already has double wisp in position. That's for the water elemental to make sure that there is not too much damage.
Yeah.
And I think Foggy will be able to save the tree here, which is extremely important for him to achieve.
How do you like that Johnny is not bringing the footies here already? It's just Archmage and Water Elemental.
There's not so much mana left on the keeper, so he maybe could have... He could have maybe actually gotten this cancelled if he did that. So I think maybe he should have, because the footmen, they're kind of expandable, right? Like, it's something that Starbuck also struggled against when he played against Foggy on Amazonia, where there was a very fast keeper level 3 and he didn't know what to do, so he camped at home. One of the ways you can try and counter this, I mean, obviously it's very risky, but it's also high risk, high reward, is outproduce the keeper's entangles with more footmen. And just have so many that even if he entangles a bunch, you still have more left over. Foggy forgot an item, by the way, here. He's having to go and come back for it.
Not
Like
yet,
me
though.
every time I go shopping with my list, man.
We have a Naga second again. This is not too common against a 2-base play, I believe. No Panda, no Alchemist, no Demon Hunter. And man, JohnnyCage, he must hate Engines of Lore.
He's been really good actually cancelling everything. That game on the Echo Isle, I was a little bit skeptical at first, but it kind of made the game for him. He wrecked the lumber economy of Foggy so well that game. I'm trying to achieve the same here, but with a keeper guarding the entire main base, that's going to be very difficult.
Another footman down, but was only 2 and he has that extra income. Naga isn't able to put any more pressure, it's just defending at 2 sides so far. And that is of course more time for Johnny to mine, to set up a proper defense, and to get the tier 2 rolling.
Who shows up on the other sides? He's actually trying to go for the Archmage. I mean, if he was units also attacking the Archmage, it'd be worth to entangle, but now probably not. He's saving his mana instead because daylight is there and those moonwells are not going to be gaining too much moon juice here anymore.
A player's forces are under attack.
Rifle should be coming any second. Panda for JohnnyCage, so he wants to play the long run. Couple of footmen, yep, down. But he barely touched the expo after the initial push. Maybe he does now with the Nagas and Archers moving across to prevent leveling for the Panda.
This workshop's going to be delayed here. Very nicely done going through there. He even forces to cancel. Not, like, really not ideal here. JohnnyCage who restarts that at the expo instead.
Can that be cancelled again? Keeper has a lot of mana. Unwilling to go for, but Foggy plays this really nice and stops the Panda pretty much right away. JohnnyCage, man of the people, picks up the tome.
What a hero he's been. The people's champ. I feel like in Asia that's Remind now that he's beaten the champ. In Europe, JohnnyCage, his stock is gonna go way up after that tournament and his result here for sure. Beating X-Store, looking excellent. If there was a JohnnyCage coin, that thing would be skyrocketing right now. To the moon!
Was about to make the same joke. By the way, did you see on Starbucks Twitter? His last name is Matic, and apparently there's a Matic coin. So whenever he's tweeting, the spam bots are coming in and advertise that stupid Matic coin. Poor soul.
Hey, Starbucks is a stock also. That guy's definitely going up. That is for sure. Despite the difficult loss to Foggy. I mean, it's Foggy, right? Like, he was playing random. Things can go wrong easily. Still an insane performance. Recently beating Chemico and then Hawk. I'm glad that, you know, we're finally... I mean, it's cool to see, like, the fan favorites and top dogs do well. But I think it's also really cool to see new blood come in and play amazingly. And JohnnyCage is one of those guys. And right now, he needs to play best that he can play here in order to have a chance against Foggy.
Yeah, it feels like Foggy is just buying time. He's stalling a little. Yeah, of course, a little brawling, mini skirmishes, but this is all in his favor. Panda barely ever leveled since his arrival on the map, and Foggy just needs tier 3 and needs a lot of bears, and we're getting in that very territory. Master training? Wait a minute. Marksmanship? Engine of Wind? And no bear master yet.
Yeah, I think he might be playing Bear Archer, which is like a style where you mostly skip the drive. Maybe he saw like the late tech and he's like, okay, well, even if you get sorceresses here, you're gonna have so few of them anyway. Because if you go Archer and Bear, like usually what you fear is like if there will be a good amount of sorceresses, which they can die to Archers, but if they stay at the back and slow all of your Bears, it's gonna be very hard for you to fight effectively, or maybe you're just gonna rely on Wisps in the fight.
2 Dispels already used to save that Panda from Entangle. Once again, the power of this level 2 Entangle. We have an Invul, we have a heal scroll. Good shop control by JohnnyCage so far, but Foggy also with AoE healing. Archers and Dryads are coming in. Double level up, Fork Lightning unlocked.
Yeah, this is something that Lil DC was doing a lot, by the way. Sometimes even on one base. Where he went for Bears and he would get a lot of Archers behind and just not get too many Dryads. Instead, you have like a good front line that not only does damage, but also is like somewhat tanky, and those Archers behind, they provide the perfect damage. Whereas if you go for Dryads, I mean, they're mostly here to dispel, like the actual damage is very, very low. Yes, they can slow down if you're chasing, but you don't really need that. Like he's got Entangle and Frozen Arrow anyway.
Yeah, and I mean, the Engine of War is also not occupied if you have the resources and you still have a lot of Archers left. Why not? It's such a great upgrade. I think it's a good choice. I just thought the Master Bears were a little too late. I really like, by the way, that Foggy is changing the tempo of the entire series. Map 1 and 2 were both, like, the tempo was determined by JohnnyCage, and now it was super fast and super weird and made the games crazy. And Foggy now is stepping on the brake. He said, okay, you want to dance? But okay, just to my tempo. And this is slow blues so far.
Yeah, true shots being picked up is such a big deal here for JohnnyCage because almost his entire army is going to be ranged. In fact, everything is range, including his heroes, except the one panda. That's a crazy good item here to have found.
72 supply for JohnnyCage with 3 more teams so far. And the map is almost empty. We got Marketplace, Red Spot, and a couple of greens left. Do you have to push as the human, or what's the plan now?
Usually when you have 80 supply, you kind of want to fight because you can fight really well. And even if your army is running low, you TP out, you use regen scroll, and you'll be the one dealing the more important damage in all of these fights. Because Mortars, they blow up the backline very easily. You know, Dryads are pretty fragile. Bears, even at the front, they can kind of struggle, right? Like you're draining a lot of their mana by having those breakers attack them. But great engagements for JohnnyCage. Oh my goodness. And the Fairy Dragon is too far away here.
It gets a couple of shots off. Creeps are still helping. Bears are eating through the breakers so far. Always these wonky positions on Tide Hunters when there's too many bears. Johnny's making great use of that. The AoE goes in his favor. Tons and tons of damage done. And that was a
lightning shield.
Player's forces are under attack.
I guess he's satisfied. Anyway, more gyros to counter the flying machines. Tier 3 is almost done, and I like that Johnny is dragging this out now to the very late game because Keeper, Archmage is going to be great late game as a level 3 mana supply supporter, and the Panda's just going to be amazing, while Keeper and Naga, really not your late game heroes.
He might not necessarily go Brilliance 3 here because like he has a lot of Mortars, and then you're supposed to go Frag Shard, which really blows up Dryads out of there. So if you have Water Elementals 3, they're gonna do a lot of damage for sure. If you're like 2-3 up at the time and like doing damage. And JohnnyCage still hesitant to push. I thought he might try to move in a position where he was gonna try to at least siege the Hunter's Soul, but didn't quite go for that.
Well, with the defender's advantage and 3 secure mortars, that should be pretty good. But okay, Foggy contesting the marketplace. Once the level 5, once the big consumable can change games, always slow applied, quite a lot actually. Wisp a tiny second too late, actually not dispelling. Wants to get into the back line, no big AoE yet, detonates all at one spot. That was all for the Panda, who has a potion though. And now, do you want to fight into the breakers, into this choke?
I think the position's better for JohnnyCage indeed. One of the wind finally used on the Panda. That was before he could combo with the Breath of Fire. Now finally uses Dispel and goes for that.
Oh,
Archmage getting closer to 5.
I think he misstaffed or something. He wanted to get the Panda out probably, but ooh, situation solved. And Foggy down to 62. One of the very few cases in this tournament where Foggy was a little overly aggressive. Gotta be careful. Oh, instant Dispel. I thought that's not even possible with priests.
According to Death Note, it's not. And to many other humans kind of struggle with this. What's the best course of action now, though, for JohnnyCage? I think he should try and secure the red in the top right. And then if he does that and he has Archmage 5, he's going to be in a great spot. I honestly really thought that JohnnyCage's best shot at winning maps here against Foggy would be to just use, you know, his unusual style and kind of surprise Foggy. But this is the, I guess, as close as we're going to get to a straight-up game here so far. And he's doing great in this one.
It's absolutely fantastic. We get the Sorceress Master upgrade. I wonder if he just wants to out-slow the Night Elf army at some point. Like, you should be able to slow more than the Dryads can dispel? Is that the plan?
I mean, Polymorph is actually an option. Like, if there is no Wisps around and all the Dryads are already down. Probably shouldn't use that beforehand because it's so costly mana-wise.
Yeah.
JohnnyCage looking for a good position here to engage into.
Foggy again, moving into this choke. Breath of Fire gets rid of 3 Wisps here. Only 2 to detonate. But he has to kite. He has to apply slow.
Foggy right now has to be thinking, why the hell did I go Naga second? I needed Panda so bad here. Staff at the last second. Super well done here by JohnnyCage, who feels like he wants to regroup a little bit, wait for a few reinforcements before perhaps re-engaging. He's getting a control magic. And Foggy has still been summoning Treants, so that could end up backfiring.
Oh yeah, if he doesn't realize that for sure. Johnny is also in high upkeep, pays a lot of taxes now. It feels a little like Johnny has Foggy on a leash. Sometimes he's loosening that leash a little bit, but sometimes he tightens it just like this. And once again, this will be a kiting game probably. And then Foggy's in this narrow position. Level 5 Archmage, heal scroll, amazing. And at level 4.5, anti-air been taken out. The archers take a lot of fire from all this AoE. Frag shards all over the place. Foggy's falling apart.
And that's why he went for water level 3. He knew that those dryads, they're gonna melt at the back. JohnnyCage is playing incredible Dispel again just on time. He could transfer the invuln to the Panda here. Fair Dragon's gonna do damage, but they're still flying machines.
Gotta be so careful. Invis reveal. Right click. The Panda's dead. Can he get the counter kill? Level 6. Surround immediately. No way out for that Naga. The Keeper of the Grove is dead as well. GG. JohnnyCage 2-1 on match points.
Damn, what a sick game by Johnny. Really good play here by him. And yeah, I gotta agree with Todd. That Keeper Naga play, not really on the forefront of the meta anymore, but it can work. Lorelei pioneered this, Keeper Naga, really high tempo in the mid game, but you have to also add something for the late game. You have to add a third hero, like a Demon Hunter or a Panda. For a Panda, I think I wouldn't have liked it so much, but a Demon Hunter, if you go Keeper, Naga, Demon, you're gonna have 3 great orb carriers, and you're gonna have some mana burn. But sticking with only Keeper Naga is not gonna cut it in the late game. And as you mentioned, Neo, Johnny really smartly realizing this late game is looking great for me. You have 2 trash late game heroes. I'm just going to go tier 3, going to get all my upgrades, and I'm going to be able to rely on a lot of mana for the Panda and for everything else. That was the big problem. The hero choices here, not the greatest for Foggy, and also he took a couple bad engagements. It was the perfect positioning always to go up against these bears. Foggy didn't really spread out properly. He didn't really see the fights coming ahead of time, and those just weren't the best engagements for him at all.
Yeah, Foggy got terrible items this game, actually. It's a little bit upsetting. He got Crystal Ball. Wand of the Wind, honestly, was not something that was going to do well either, because there was already Dispel. He got Scroll of the Beast. So he found a lot of garbage, really, like that did absolutely nothing for him.
The positions didn't do too much for him either. Always running into these chokes, always clumped up. Shouldn't really do that against frag shards, I believe. Foggy against the ropes, but that makes a good boxer, a good Rocky Balboa to come back from that the fighter that he is. 2 more maps. Amazonia, his last pick, and then Autumn Leaves to decide this. 2 pretty good Night Elf maps. Can Foggy turn this best of 5 ship around? We give him a little time to think about his game plan. See you in a bit. We are one map away from having a new rising star in the European Grand Final. We have Blade in the Grand, or we had Blade in the Grand Final, X-Lord, Foggy, and now the next Vortex, the next challenger, could be JohnnyCage. What a rise this guy has been through. Unbelievable, man. Can he withstand the pressure? Will he fly too close to the sun?
Well, I think at this point, even if he ends up melting his wings, he won't be an Icarus story. This was really an ascent to greatness. Even if it's now not quite the finals for him, he's really put himself on the map here. 2-1 lead against Foggy. 1 map away from the grand final against Happy. Now, this is where especially us as commentators, this is where our minds start wandering and we start dreaming. Imagine Foggy ties us up and then Johnny wins the next map. And then he's in the final against Happy. And then tomorrow, he falls back behind 2-0. And then he brings it back 3-2. That would be one of the most amazing runs ever from a talented guy. And that is certainly what JohnnyCage is. The #1 biggest talent in Europe. That has by now become evidently clear. Playing from a laptop on Wi-Fi. Not giving a damn.
I guess we don't have 444 hertz over there, huh? I wouldn't want to be playing on that setup necessarily, but guess what? He's playing amazing. It's working out for him. And about the pressure, I believe he's studying in a police academy. I'm not sure exactly like if it's to be a detective or whatever or something else, but every time I hear something about some sort of academy, I always picture, you know, the drill sergeants. Wake up, idiots, and put some boots on. So he must be... I guess he must be used of the drills, of being under pressure all the time, and he's handled it pretty well here so far in the tournament.
He was clearly intimidating in the interview yesterday when he said, I feel nothing, I only wanted revenge. So for me, it's very clear that I will never do anything bad to this guy. He's gonna hunt you down, and he's gonna get that revenge that he seeks so much. But apart from that, yeah, great guy for sure. Just, you know, don't step on his toes if possible. But we have a game to cast here, everybody, and that is match points for JohnnyCage, a guy who didn't even really participate in the first events in 2020, then showed up, solid performance in the group stage, then made it one step further, solid performance there as well, but got knocked out in the quarterfinals and now is one step away from the grand final. Off we go. Foggy against the ropes. JohnnyCage 1 map away from the big battle against Happy tomorrow. Whenever you tap in the game and you hear the first notes of this beautiful WarCraft music, isn't that electrifying?
I'm just wondering, dude, like, how far is the story gonna go? Are we gonna have the full anime arc? Is it gonna be the underdog kid challenging the old guys, struggling a bit but becoming the champion in the end? It would be so epic, dude. We've been waiting for a long time now for Foggy to dethrone Happy. Imagine if it would be Johnny in the end. That would be so amazing.
Not raining on that parade, brother, but we together have been in many season finales of these anime arcs. Yours at WCA, Foggy at GCS, and we are not spoiled with too many happy endings, to be fair.
Imagine though if it happens. How
yeah,
epic it would be. How epic it would be, and what Todd would have to give up if Johnny beats Happy in the grand final.
Didn't he say that it wasn't he will stop complaining about balance if it's a human mirror? Wasn't that the bad?
Yeah, but I'm sure he's going to come up with another one.
Okay.
If Johnny was to do this here. But AZ is definitely very good. Night Elf map has been for a long time, would oftentimes get vetoed, but here in this scenario, only one veto, not going to be doable. And look at Foggy go. Not harassing at all, going for a super fast... Wait a minute. You can creep this camp with 1 keeper, 1 archer? How is this legal?
Oh my god. He had this one new approach, right, with the Engine of War throughout the tournament, but this is Mind-blowing, next level. Treants are really good, Remo.
That's ridiculous.
But
And he's gonna get level 3 from it!
whoa.
Oh my god. Johnny,
Okay.
of course, also level 3. Also pretty good items. But that's a stupidly fast expansion for Foggy. If he can start teching now in a moment, which I think he can. Oh my god, what an opening. What a build.
The secret strats by Foggy. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think it's time to start vetoing AZ, boys. I think I've seen enough.
I mean,
Players' forces
you
are
could
under attack.
play one base and attack this creep. No? There's always a way to punish
One
something.
base against Night Elf, you know, it's like it's like I've seen that story before with the Bears with a double rejuve. It's a bit of a rough one.
Yeah, it's true.
But
Especially
dude, this
against-
AM is soaking up a ton of mana from the Keeper. This was a pretty good first defense. He forced some Treants away from the Peasants. He forced some Entangle. He used double Wand of Mana Steal. But of course, the Moonwell's Keeper generating. We have +7 int on the Keeper, so we got plenty more spells to come. Don't worry, boys.
Is JohnnyCage cutting a
player's
corner here by
forces
not
are under
upgrading the
attack.
tower to an arcane? Does he not feel any pressure at all? Foggy is tacking halfway through, and the expansion is gonna finish super quick. Pretty crazy.
I can't believe
This-
how good this build is for Night Elf, by the way. This
Yep.
is crazy.
Yep.
Creeping the natural on AZ with 1 hero and 1 archer.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
This feels like the part in the anime story where the superhero all of a sudden has a new attack technique, a new jutsu, or what's it called?
And that technique is called Entangle level 2, and those footmen are pretty terrified of precisely this. AM healing up, gonna go for Telestaff now. Went for a Shredder, so is gonna have a lot of lumber soon. But the tech disadvantage is enormous.
Okay, to show you, or to
player's
give you a
forces are
perspective how unique and how good this creep route is, nobody in Twitch chat said, yeah, is doing this all the time.
Yeah, I've certainly never seen it before, but I think we will from now on. And I think Johnny was just completely caught off guard. If he had realized this, he could have harassed the entangled gold mine at least. Look at that. He's looking for the Tree of Life,
Yeah.
and now he just revealed. And he's
Yeah.
like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
When the hell did you creep this?
Whoa, this is insane. Foggy now with the panda, no Naga anymore, makes sense.
Under siege.
Naga didn't go too well on game 2. Panda will find the levels. He has all the time in the world. Tech has barely even started for JohnnyCage, and Foggy has the entire map under control.
Second Barracks Blacksmith. This looks like a heavy rifle push on tier 2. Which is kind of weird to have that in conjunction with a Shredder. You don't really need too much lumber for that, but okay.
Can help in the attack as well. It can be repaired.
A town is under
Is
siege.
Normally when you try to do that though, you want to try to overwhelm with like 70 supply when the opponent hasn't had a chance yet to mass produce, but this expansion of Foggy is so quick.
Double cancel on the lures. That was once again such a smart attack. And do you remember when Foggy was rising to
my
fame?
God.
He gets a second Shredder. What the hell?
Second Shredder! What?
When Foggy was rising to fame, that was his signature move as well, right? Dive for the buildings. He did that, of course, against Orc as it was meta, but he also did it against Human. He killed Fortitude's workshops back then 500 times. And this is the same approach that Johnny is taking here. A long forgotten weapon, it seems, but this Shredder wasn't the greatest investment.
Yeah, that was pretty damn expensive. Almost 400 gold hitting the deck right there. But you know, at least he's got the backup Shredder, so he's still got plenty of gold left over.
The backup Shredder, man, that sounds so wrong. But at least it bought time. He did a lot of damage to this first engine of war. Foggy again has to use quite some wisps to get rid of that water elemental. Archmage damage. Is it enough as the Keeper is here? Probably not. Nope, staff out.
Pretty clean defense here by Foggy. But yeah, this bear production is going to be slowed down. You want at least 2 dryads and abolish, and then go straight into bears. But it's all going to be slowed down a bit. So maybe there's a window here for that push. But yeah, this might be very all in here by Johnny coming in soon.
Okay, he has a foot in the door.
A player's
Can he
forces are
open it
under
wide
attack.
enough for this push to work? Trying to poke again. There's no engine protector. Not at the
Town is under
expansion.
siege.
Not at the main. And he's not using wisps anymore. Just to repair a little. But okay, his base is under attack as well.
Alright, it's pretty stressful right now. A couple of rifles went down already thanks to the entangle. Oh, the Zeppelin, wonderful. Drunken Ace with a fire. Ooh, big damage
Player's forces
from the now level 3 Panda Bear.
Foggy doesn't seem nervous or shaken or anything. He seemed to have a very solid game plan for this map, and he's executing this really, really well, putting Johnny under a lot of pressure.
More rifles going down. If he did intend to go for a quick timing here on tier 2, it seems like that timing now has vanished.
Yeah.
Water Elementals in the main, not able to take out this Ancient of Lore. Waiting for finally the Blood Mage to arrive, but damage has been done.
Shredder under attack again. Panda level 3. No Shredder for Johnny. Ay, 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 ay. Blood Mage can't really level at all. Man, Foggy's so smart, so clever, knew exactly what the game plan was, and just destroys it.
Big supply lead now for the Night Elf, which is absolutely not the way it's supposed to be. And Foggy looking to tie up this series in a very impressive fashion. This is unwinnable.
Well,
Okay, what will you do if he wins?
Blue hair,
oh,
it's
wow.
back.
Oh yeah, it's back on the table.
Okay, ballsy. But hey, I would never underestimate JohnnyCage anymore. Foggy has this pretty safe for now if he doesn't do a big mistake or anything.
A town
It's
is
definitely
under
his game to lose at this point.
Yeah, Johnny couldn't even go for heal scrolls. Foggy stole them away smartly. Where are the heroes? In the Zap? Oh, hell yeah, they are. Hello, peasants.
Bye, peasants. Soon, I guess. Sork won't be part of the fight. No income from the main base for Johnny anymore. And can't even really repair too much because the panda will say hello with the sweet breath of fire soon. Has to TP home. This push, it didn't even stop. It never really started.
Can you just force this down?
Siege
Peasant
bears are
repair.
back.
Maybe.
Massive repair.
Maybe.
Panda is slowed as well. Zeppelin, yes. Oh, Flame Strike won't be enough, will it? Oh my god, this is so close. More workers coming in, but Foggy is so good at base races.
God damn.
And knocks this keep out of the map.
What a sick game by Foggy. GG called. Yep. Unbelievable play. Unbelievable build. Foggy with a very clear win here on map 4.
And a very strong mindset, because being down 2 maps like this, he has to win 2 in a row. There is no room for mistakes. He just doesn't make any, as easy as it seems for him here. I called it, guys. It was gonna be a 3-2. We were gonna get some great games. We got a panda. We got a little bit of everything, and we're gonna have a 5-mapper finally in this tournament. I didn't even think it was possible almost anymore.
Did you hear him calling that, Remo?
No.
No, me
Just made
neither.
that up on
He's
the
just
spot.
making stuff up now.
I hate you guys.
That's fine. That's fine, you know. You gotta have the French have a victory every now and then. The last map is supposed to be the most fair between the two. This was the one that neither has chosen as their loser pick choice. And that is Autumn Leaves, where we had earlier today a very interesting match already between Sini and Chimiko. Especially the early game, the fast expansion and the damage that follows it Really, really crucial.
All right. This is a pretty Night Elf favored map. Maybe not too favored in this matchup, but Night Elves start to love this map even more than AZ, and other races start to veto this map even more than AZ. So we'll see if this is gonna go Foggy's way and he can make it stumbling across the finish line. This was a lot more work than expected, I guess.
JohnnyCage, on this map, perhaps the best course of action is to play standard and try to have really good execution, but we've seen how Foggy, if he's able to even go into a normal game, just how his deep understanding is going to serve him right and allow him to do really well. And I'm pretty sure that at this point, it should be a Panda second every single time if we even go into this type of game. And I'm afraid that JohnnyCage tries something, a little bit reckless again, because then it would be very high risk, high potential reward, but it could also fall flat on its face. Like let's say try to do like a one base rifle push. We saw how terrible that seemed on the last refuge, and I think on this map that could end up being similar. So hopefully it just expands. He's capable of doing weird stuff for sure, regardless of that. Like maybe creep the merchant first, maybe creep the gold mine in the corner instead of the one towards the center.
Yeah,
we'll see what he wants to go into.
I was about to ask that one. The gold mine in the corner is much further away from the keeper and gives you a fast level 2. How easy is that to creep though with like 5 peasants immediately?
It's not too hard. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Like if you make the first water elemental in advance as well, so that you have the second one to help out when you get there. As long as you have experience with it and you've done it before, you should be able to do that. The thing is that the best creep routes necessarily? Kind of feels like a second camp, it's better, but then you don't have the same momentum to try and pressure the opponent, which Foggy scouting these days is just flawless. Like, he's gonna see what you're doing and then he's gonna adjust perfectly. It's kind of for JohnnyCage to also try and do the same as much as possible.
Seems like Foggy is taking a little bit of a break here, so we give him all the time he needs. It's been a long and stressful series. Need a little bit of rejuvenation on both sides, and then we kick this off. Game 5, the decider for the grand final of DreamHack Open Fall between Foggy and JohnnyCage. decision in the second semifinal. Who's gonna face Happy? It's the winner of the following map. It's the winner of Autumn Leaves. Remo, Todd, your last calls before we dive into map 5.
I just want Remo to wager the blue hair again if JohnnyCage wins. That's it.
I'm not going to do that on one map, bro. Unless you have something similar.
High stakes.
No, let's not cheapen this game. I just want to say, Johnny, what a great performance. You know, he has a chance here to make the grand final, which is something that not many people at all, even I, and I'm the biggest Johnny fan out there, wouldn't have thought. He presented himself so extremely well. And now, decision time on the last map.
Let's effing go. Oh, finally these playoffs are getting real exciting. Nobody is allowed to do mistakes anymore. The better player of Autumn Leaves takes $1,200, 300 EPT points, and the grand final against Happy tomorrow.
Well, at least, yeah.
At least. Exactly.
Most likely, just that. Happy would be a big favorite against either player here. Honestly, usually, like if a human, you know, maybe would qualify for the finals, it's like you look at it and you're like, all right, like this is the easiest 3-0 of Happy's life. But with the way JohnnyCage 3-0'd X-Lord,
Yeah.
I actually would be very excited if he ended up being the one to play against Happy in the grand finals. How about that match?
For me, same for Foggy. He showed already that he has some new tricks up his sleeve when it comes to creeping. Showed 2 of these tricks so far. I wonder what else he's left in the tank for that grand final. Would be the 3rd grand final in a row for Foggy, of course. This is already JohnnyCage's greatest accomplishments in his WarCraft career. Could take it one step further. I wonder if he would be a little more excited than after the games yesterday.
Focused, can't blame him, honestly. You know, for such a long time, I kept being asked about that. I don't know if I've told you before, but people always tell me, like, you know, why do you look not happy? You know, like you just won a tournament and stuff. The thing is, for somebody that practices a video game day in, day out, like when you find that you win or do well in a tournament, it's normal. So why would you be happy? Like you've worked super hard for it. It's not a surprise for you. And there's also the thing where you just have to be so extremely focused when you're competing that for me, it always took a little bit of time for me to come back to reality. You know, like every time I finished a match, I was literally for the last, you know, I don't know, like 10, 20, 30 minutes, an hour, only thinking about the video game that I was playing. I was forgetting about the outside world entirely. So then, you know, it takes maybe like a minute or two to actually get back to reality. And that's also one of the reasons why, like I wouldn't necessarily be the most emotional player, you know, like fist bumping and like shouting when I won a game.
Yeah, I can totally understand that. Sometimes it just has to settle in, and maybe a couple of hours later you're in the hotel room and you see that trophy next to your bed or laying next to you in the bed.
And you're like, God damn, I'm good.
And that is the moment when it finally kicks in, for sure.
JohnnyCage, I like the creep route here. He went for merchant first, and then the... Oh, I think I'm disconnecting again.
Oh, not good. Archmage level 2.5. Yeah, he's going for the expansion again. Bottom right-hand side of Autumn Leaves. Foggy on the opposite side at the moment at the merchant. So this will be a peaceful creep. Even getting rid of that wisp won't be threatened by detonate.
Yeah, you know, Johnny sometimes he's got his own plans. And this creep route we haven't seen much of before.
Yeah, it guarantees him level 3 easily. Even if he had done the other expo, he's gonna have level 3 here at the end of this, which is very, very nice against Elf. Super important. Foggy playing this passive, it's almost like a little weird. Like usually, you know, if you're gonna creep this much, you'd start a tree, but we've seen how Night Elves prioritize the tech first and foremost and kind of delay that expansion at times. You don't have to always get it immediately, even though sometimes it feels like it.
Yeah, this is a different game plan than on Amazonia, a little later with the expansion, a little earlier with the creep, but again expanding right next to the gold mine. I feel like we see this more and more. No waddling over, no secret expansion positions like we, for example, saw from Sini earlier today against Chemico on this very map. Water
I wonder
elemental
if we should
season.
commit here with the footies. It's pretty dangerous, right? If he gets the cancel on the tree, that would be huge. That could also be a lot of footmen just being fed away. They are coming in. How many boys we got? 6 of them. Oh, he's sending them around the corner. Little CIA covert operations going on here.
Maybe you learned that.
But Foggy scouts for it. Oh my god, look at that scout.
Whoa, 1 treant. Okay, man, scouting has been always, of course, important, but it feels like in the past 6 months, this is just what separates the good players from the gods, where Foggy certainly is at the moment. Still, committed to this tree. Super big moment for JohnnyCage. He was great at canceling buildings throughout the entire series, and it was rarely as important as it was now. And there's no wisps anymore to detonate, and there is still footmen, and there is a cancel.
There were the wisps there, but he didn't commit them. That was the big cancel here indeed. A lot of footmen went down. I see 4 corpses, 5. At some point you have to wonder, was it worth it? Of course, perhaps it was. Sees the new tree of life coming up as well. Oh my god, imagine if the watermelon gets the kill there. That would have been a disaster. But no, this tree should certainly finish. So, we have a huge tech lead, as only now the tier 2 starts for Johnny, against a huge expansion lead, economy lead, on the other side.
Johnny buys the boots, steps on cooldown. Alright. The thing is, Foggy was a little late with the Ancients of Lore again. So, yes, of course, big tech lead, second hero is already there, but his actual tech units will arrive later.
Are under attack.
And the AM is looking for exactly that cancel. Not in the most predictable position right here. The Ancient of Lore is a little bit further over. And the second one still not quite started yet. AM is aware that this might cost him the TP here at some point, but also the staff about to be off cooldown as more footies are going down. They have a tough time in this matchup for sure, but they did a pretty good little sneak attack there earlier. Panda didn't even creep yet and is pretty damn close to level 2.
Yeah, just judging from the position in the game right now, I think Johnny can be pretty comfortable with this. Of course, it's not perfect. It's not a 1 game by any means, but he really wanted to cancel that expo, got that, delayed the lures, delayed the panda progress, and starting to mine off his second base that he also wanted. And now wait for his tech to kick in, and then you have to make a call. Double Rex rifles, mortars again, tier 3.
Yeah, tier 3 is going to be a lot less tempting to go for now, as there is the late game powerhouse for the Night Elf. It is the Panda. I think Sock's counter attempt was pretty interesting. Just go for Panda yourself and tier 3 and a Blood Mage third. Now, I've not seen much of that counter yet. I'm not sure if it's very good, but when we saw it against Remind in that 1 game, it certainly did work out. Question is, if Foggy then realizing this could go for a Demon Hunter third. We do have quite a few creeps on this map, so triple hero support might be there. As the Panda is getting to 2.5 and is going to have a huge lead over the human second.
Is that the strategy that a certain Frenchman called absolute garbage?
Did he? Might be.
During one of the breaks, I don't know.
That has certainly been said about quite a few strategies. There we go, it is Panda again. I feel like the Blood Mage is looking less and less impressive as of late.
Well, if you level them up and get amazing flame strikes, this can be super nice. But Panda also, and it's a little bit of pandemonium. I like it. Who's gonna bring the hotter flame to the fight?
Of course, with the Panda, you can start creeping faster. It's going to take the natural here for almost level 2.
Whoever has made a Panda against no Panda in this series has won every time, by the way. JohnnyCage, Panda first against Walden on Echo, he won. Second game, there was no Panda made, so it doesn't count. Third game, Archmage Panda against Keeper Naga, Archmage Panda won. Then the last game, Keeper Panda against Archmage Blood Mage. I think you know who won. So now finally, it's the perfect finale here for the Pandemonium Showdown.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, it's gonna get hot. Needs heal scrolls at both sides. We see a mortar play once again. And nobody's really heavy committed to anything just yet. Tier 3 by Foggy finishes now. Both want to creep a little bit. Tame late mid game.
And it seems like Johnny does not want to go tier 3. He goes into upkeep here pretty damn early as the Panda levels up to 2. Can he get level 3 as well is the question. Over at the orange, there would be some good experience still available. I think that should be enough for 3. But Foggy's getting the big camps in the middle. Got the invuln before, got the Sobi mask just a moment ago, which is of course amazing. And he's gonna get level 4 and another big consumable right here.
Very sick indeed. Panda and Archmage creep together. Lots of units hurt here. There is of course Footman. You want to rotate out of them. Foggy at the moment with the Echo lead. As JohnnyCage, as he said, broke upkeep very quick. Like, this is gonna be a big death push, isn't it?
Oh, he's gonna get found here. Really good game sense by Foggy. Might be able to steal the item as well. The Magi still up for grabs. Johnny has to breath it quick. Gets it. Big healing. That's gonna be very helpful later on. He doesn't have a depth training yet. Entangle, very dangerous, but it should be finishing any moment. I think it just did a second ago. Yeah, he has it now. And again, oh my god, the reaction time. These young kids with their reactions, Neo.
I wonder if they anticipated and pressed it even prior to the spell being casted. It's so quick. Speaking of quick, creeping red spots with Panda, Bears, and the heal ward also pretty quick.
The creeping here for Foggy is out of this world. Are you kidding me? And the Keeper is creating space.
Oh, Archmage, pretty much in trouble. Yeah, Foggy has the XP lead, and Katga's pipe for Bears and Panda on a Sobi mask?
Oh my god, the drops are amazing. Unbelievable finds here for Foggy.
Foggy turns into
And
an
if he gets the rest of the
arsonist.
top left, he's gonna get level 5 here. For the first fight, man.
I can't wait, there's a storm brewing. A firestorm. And for that we need heal scrolls. Absolutely. Can't do it without. Panda's 5, man. After this, the Panda's 5.
The thing is, if Johnny has a gyro here for vision, he could actually attack the Tree of Life from behind the trees.
Oh my god.
Or,
No!
also smart, firing his way into the tree line, and we're gonna have some ivory towers here coming into play.
Mortar combat, huh? Huge militia train. How fitting would it be if he defeats Foggy now with mortars and his name JohnnyCage and the Popo becoming a policeman himself.
The town is under siege.
How does he have vision? It's just ground attacking, I guess,
Yeah.
right?
A player's forces
yeah.
are under attack.
Keeper can open up the way with treants. And now there's a gyro, by the way. Now he also has flying vision. Gonna go for another heal scroll. 2 heal scrolls for Johnny, but it's a Panda level 5 with stupid amounts of mana.
Yeah. Will the units be in position? The breakers are already making sure you shall not pass. Foggy is not even losing mining here. He's repairing with more wisp, pulls more. But the storm that was brewing is about to collapse on these two people. It might be one fight for the grand final. Johnny with the towers, more teams attacking from behind. Can the Bears eat through this? Will the Panda level 3 prevail over the Panda level 5?
Wiz coming in the back as well for detonate flank, looking really good. Keyword in the back, now taken out. Dragon Haze, but the fire connects once again. There is one heal scroll still available for Johnny, trying to hold on to it as much as he can. Invul potion on the Panda is used. Foggy at 70 supply. Lots of bears about to drop.
Yes!
Heal scroll used, keeping them alive for now, but they're about to fall. Panda next by the fire.
Whoa!
Big damage.
Okay.
No heal scroll anymore.
Feels like these units here in the back, they are stuck with the Panda level 5, and this mana regen is absolutely absurd. Foggy was losing a lot of units, fighting into the towers here, more bears falling, and the priests are saving these units here. Johnny's still standing, still has the greater healing, continues this push on the expansion. Foggy is struggling.
Panda back with full mana though, and they're all lining up. Dragon Haze, but the fire, huge damage. No heal scroll anymore.
Oh,
he
no.
needs it so bad. Johnny needs a heal scroll, but everything's about to drop, man. The Panda. I think he's gonna do this now.
Oh
Next Breath of
my.
Fire is gonna be deadly.
And the Orb of Venom also on top, right? If there's no fire damage, there's burn damage. Another one. We're getting close to level 5. How would this game look without the zombie and the Katgas? Perfect drops here. And Foggy is recreating this army. And now it's Johnny falling apart. Has to abandon this position. Fall back.
The fire once again. One more rifle gonna go down. Panda getting close to level 6, by the way. And the Keeper gonna get level 5 here, I'm pretty sure. Getting more peasants, getting a couple of mortar teams. Gonna take out these towers sooner or later. We have a new heal scroll for Johnny. One last heal scroll.
Okay,
right away.
Uses it right away immediately. Yep, and the next Breath of Fire is not too far away. How Foggy accelerated with that panda is not from this world.
Yeah, that was some insane creeping, super fast level 5. And those items also wonderful for him. Level 6 now, only a matter of time.
Players' forces are
Also on
under
the
attack.
Keeper? No, far away, but he's getting close to 5. Breakers, can they establish a wall? Not really. Drunken Haze, no Breath of Fire yet. Oh, but he's looking for the best position here, and there's still no additional heal scroll. How long can he heal against this? He needs to fall back. He needs another heal scroll.
One more should be in the shop, but the other one must be on cooldown now for a while. Foggy got his own heal scroll and is finally mining from his expansion again. There we go, Wisps hopping in.
One more push, or what's the plan? Creeping up a little. But you can't keep this up. Like, you can't keep up with
A
Foggy's
player's
tempo.
forces are under attack.
He's taking a step back himself, healing a little, feeding that 80 supply army with upgrades. And even the second red spot. Okay, he knows he's ahead. And when you're ahead, get further ahead.
We're going perhaps for plenty of upgrades now. Drunken Haze Breath of Fire comes in. This is a perfect position right now to fight for Johnny. Panda though. Oh my god, the damage.
Yes, one heal scroll, level 5 on the Keeper of the Grove. The Granite Golem is still there. All the bears are occupied, getting slammed, getting slowed. But he wants this red spot so bad. Who's gonna get it? I think it's Johnny. Katka's pipe as well.
It's gonna be some more gold for him at least, I guess. The Panda is almost level 4. Somehow this tower is still standing over here, but again, he needs more heal scrolls. Way more heal scrolls.
Yeah.
Gonna get one from the shop. Next one on cooldown for 100 seconds.
Not selling the Katka so he can send the Archmage away for a bit, still get the mana regen. So essential on slow, on priests, and of course the heroes themselves. No tier 3 by Johnny. He is committed to this tier 2. Sieging Foggy now. No Nature's Blessing.
No Nature's Blessing!
Is this
Oh my
too
God.
late? The Panda comes in. Has mana. Being slowed. Oh my god! Max damage on the Wisp. And all of a sudden it's a 2 base, 1 base situation. But Foggy has another tree coming up. And Johnny, can you get out?
Yeah, Foggy said with the big army and that tree, as you said. This was a big move, taking out this expansion, but Johnny doesn't want to fight. Satisfied with the damage he did. Maybe now is the time to go tier 3. He bought a lot of time for himself just a moment ago.
What a turnaround. This game is a roller coaster. A little bit of a miss rally here. Can't do everything perfectly. That's a freebie. And that is one step closer to 6.
Oh, that would be a sick position right here. Between these two tree lines, that would
Yeah.
be the perfect choke for Johnny. 4 on the Panda, double mana pots.
Mortar teams, only 1 upgrade. He goes for 1 attack upgrade more on the breakers, as well as control magic for the treants. Double mana potion, 1 heal scroll. The second one is available in 20. Foggy not re-expanding in the middle. Johnny has to scout the upper left.
I think he kind of knows as well. Foggy was so far ahead for so long. Wouldn't be too hard to assume that there's an expansion. Oh my god, the Star Sense. He pulls back the Wisp as the Invis Panda is coming in.
Wow.
How does he even know? He just feels it. Oh, but he still gets the breath. Boom!
That is one bad breath. If you're a Foggy fan, of course. 74 pop. But the Panda
Okay.
Ultimate has decided many games. Cyclone, Slam, with the fire damage alone.
We have Blizzard now as well.
Ooh.
Damage is stacking up now more on Johnny also. I feel like his breaker front line is always a bit tiny. Only 5 breakers, but that means he has a lot of damage in the back.
And that means he can pull back into these chokes. And Foggy was falling for that before. I would love to see the second defense upgrade
Yeah.
as fast as possible. And it's more damage on the mortars instead.
Foggy going for the base attack over here. It's going to be a bit of an awkward position for him, especially if he gets flanked by some militia. But then again, in this late game, militia oftentimes just get destroyed.
Does Blizzard come as a surprise? Foggy is super close to the ultimate. He has the mana as well, plus a potion. That Breath of Fire is so absurd. Archmage's in trouble. Johnny has to TP out, and that was supposed to be a backstab. Panda is the next Breath of Fire. Woo! That could have been level 6 right there, and mass murder. But the heal scroll saves lives.
That was a very rare commodity, though. The TP gone, the heal scroll gone. With the AM now having Blizzard, it's a lot harder to position him properly. Very easy to be too far up front. Again, Johnny needs more items from the shop, but he does have the gold. 700 Gs.
Johnny
TP, invuln, heal scroll.
Foggy is 8 XP away from Earth, Storm, and Fire.
Not even going for the invul potion, that looks a bit risky.
He has
But we'll
Invis,
see.
right? Does he have Invis? Yes.
Oh boy, here we go again. No expansion here, but it's the top left. Has Johnny not figured this out yet, perhaps?
Foggy has 2 heal scrolls. Yeah, I wonder the same. I mean, he could flare with mortars, right?
Hasn't researched it, actually.
Ooh.
High upkeep for Johnny, even bringing in the militia from the main. This is it, but these militia are going to be level 6 for the Panda really quick.
Yep, there we go. Earthstorm and Fire immediately uses it first on the breath to take out the gyros, and these policemen getting annihilated on the left-hand side. Foggy stays at 80 the entire time, never getting greedy, never being forced into high upkeep. Is that just more tournament experience to stay calm in this high-tense situation?
And with the Tree of Eternity repositioning, that's the late game win condition now for Foggy. If he can secure this 2 base income for a while now and make it 2 base versus 1 base, this game should be his. But Johnny repositioning again. Behind these tree lines, you can assault these expansions as we saw before.
Foggy is ready to go to 100, but not for much longer. Wellspring coming. And this is the best position possible probably for JohnnyCage. We do have control magic, okay, so the nature turns against the Night Elves for now. Will this tree fall? He does have
There.
Nature's Blessing now.
Finally, Flair's going to be ready. And then he's going to figure out what is going on in the top left if he hasn't already. I think he's also playing these gyros against the Panda 5. It's so hard to do.
Yeah, needs a perfect position with a little help of slow maybe. He's trying to do some damage. He's waiting for the second defense upgrade for the breakers, and that is happening now. And then he's maxed out pretty much.
Extremely hard for Johnny to get the right engagement here. He's calling militia, but he's on the other side of the map. These militia aren't going to do anything.
I love that Foggy is getting rid of these trees. The choke that was there just a minute ago is gone, and an open flank for bears is the absolute dream. A concave colliding onto breakers, it's an easy win for the Night Elf. We'll see how this goes. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, trying to dodge it, doesn't work. Fairy Fire's in the back, trying to Cyclone, massive Song of Ice and Fire, Earth, Storm and Fire, Johnny TP's away. Invis saves are super nice. And now what, Johnny?
Not too much died there. I think 2
Players'
breakers
forces are under attack.
and a priest, maybe? Something like that.
He
But
portaled
for
to
Foggy, nothing died.
He portaled to the expo. Foggy went into high upkeep there, so he's losing quite some gold. He's at 90 now. But he's also on the way to 3 upgrades. Johnny is ultra committed to the Tree of Eternity. He doesn't care about the Tree of Life upper left. I thought maybe he's portaling to his main and then attack the upper left, but that exposes his own expansion, so probably the right call. But guess what? 600 gold remaining. JohnnyCage with his last breath.
The Mortar's in position again. The Panda would love to breath right here. Even getting slowed.
Oh, no mining here. And Johnny is expanding at his natural himself while distracting.
Wow. actually
My
managed
God.
to get the resources together. Which means he might TP out of this again if he doesn't like the look of things.
Yeah. Does he have one? He must have. Yeah, he does. Very conservative with the mana as well. Is not using his 2 mana potions, trying to save it. And I guess that's a TP. You can't hold this position against this panda, or can you? Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, everything's hurt. Where's the heal scroll? There we go, but he can't stay there for much longer. The fairies, ultra sick AoE coming in. Is he trying to break this panda? I'm not too sure, man. Down to 50%. AoE is great. Heal potion has to be committed by JohnnyCage. Big AoE again. Panda staffed out. Does he really want to commit to this? The gyros gone. Tranquility kicking in. Oh boy, GG. Foggy in the grand final of DreamHack.